Hi there, it's Richard again. I'm just going through a passage which has garnered quite a lot of speculation, shall we say, and controversy. So we may as well have a look at it. I'm not 100% sure on what I feel about it. I think I know what some of it is. But yes, I think it's still, you can't be too dogmatic. It needs to be open to interpretation. So the passage is a favourite for us who like to look at the end times of things. And it's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and we're going to start in verse 3. So we'll read it and then we'll go through it. So verse 3 says, "Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he sits as God in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Do you not remember that when I was still with you, I told you these things? And now you know what is restraining, that he may be revealed in his own time. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restrains will do so until he is taken out of the way. And then, only then, the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the breath of his mouth and destroy with the brightness of his coming. The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders." The first thing to talk about is the falling away. So there's two main interpretations of this. First of all, that people are falling into apostasy. So the church is going into apostasy. I think we can see that very, very clearly. But it hasn't happened suddenly. It's not like an event that suddenly happens, which this seems to indicate. I don't know if that's the true meaning. But the apostasy in the church has certainly gone gangbangers, shall we say, in the last 100 years or so. There's so many people going apostate from the faith. So that falling away comes first. So some people think it's actually referring to the calling away, or it could be the rapture or the taking away of the church. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, after this happens, the man of sin will be revealed. So bearing in mind that the Antichrist for the first 3.5 years of the tribulation is called the man of sin. It's not until the halfway point of the tribulation, when he is possessed by Satan himself, that the Antichrist is then called the son of perdition. People are called the son of perdition whenever they're possessed by Satan himself. The first one, of course, was Judas Iscariot, and the second one is going to be the Antichrist. Okay, so, and then we go further down, and you now know what is restraining. I believe there is a huge restraint upon evil and lawlessness and wickedness on the earth. And that restrainer, I believe, is the Holy Spirit, which is in each heart of a born-again believer. I believe that's the Holy Spirit, and that's the thing that is restraining in the world, that holds back a lot of the lawlessness and evil. And I think whenever the harpazo, or the rapture, occurs, that there is going to be absolute mayhem and chaos and lawlessness rampant across the earth, because things were just falling apart, and it'll be everyone for themselves and survival of the fittest, I think. And people are going to realize that things are just broken down, and they're going to take advantage. It's going to be horrible. So anyway, the lawless one, the man of lawlessness, is not revealed. So he who restrains will do so until he is taken out of the way, and I believe that's at the rapture. Then the lawless one will be revealed. So it's not until the Holy Spirit or the believers are taken out of the way that the man of lawlessness is able to be revealed. And then, of course, according to Daniel 9, the start of the tribulation actually occurs whenever it's called a covenant, is signed, and that's signed between the Antichrist and the many, which is referring to the children of Israel. In Daniel 9, certainly it's referring to the children of Israel. Anyway, that's all interesting stuff, and that's all for tonight. Thank you for your time. See ya.